Good, very good.
So
Very
first
good.
we'll have question and answer session. After all, we are all working journalists. Rajnikant Vashisht from New Delhi.
His Holiness, my question is तिब्बत की ऑटोनॉमी स्वायत्तता
इसको ले लो.
हेलो
Yes.
हिंदी में
Either Hindi or English, no problem.
तिब्बत की स्वायत्तता के संघर्ष की दिशा में अभी कितना सफर बाकी है और आपका भविष्य का रोड मैप क्या है?
아들 전화 쇼핑 만주다 삼반 남다게 세진나 커셔에 랑종딩 아주 주요야래. 근데 전화 쇼핑 진난고안에 타바단 진난고안에 아주 카저를 딱 와셔야 되더라. 지금 만주 안 드셔야 돼. 저들이 비싼 안 되지. 중대 돼야 걔한테 중요한 말이야.
जहाँ तक हम लोगों की मांग का प्रश्न है, हम बहुत ईमानदारी से चीन की संविधान के अंतर्गत जो स्वायत्तता की प्रावधान है उसके अंतर्गत ही मांग कर रहे हैं, लेकिन चीन अपने मन में एक भय और एक सस्पिशन रखते हैं कि हमेशा हमको सेपरेटिस्ट या अलग के रूप में मानते हैं। इसलिए अभी तक हमारा जो प्रयास है इसकी कोई खास परिणाम या नतीजा कुछ निकला नहीं है, लेकिन हम अपने जो प्रयास हैं अपने प्रयास को करते रहेंगे।
No. 제 장하쇼가 더 장하쇼기 가다 토번 남도 인베 따지디 먼저 안데 타거다 데멘시아 디 니도 니글로라 꺄수체베리 데네 아주 딱 데니 이제 아주 쉬 레저인데 저주지도 레저인도 투야리 그거 다도도 차데 이것도 차 깨지 침벌이 차 패시 아무리 비어 아무튼 죽어들 마베 거리야 장조에 달라나면 전에 랑제축 매도 세도 쓰는 뭐지 제베 레디 딕 패지티브에 니도 쭉 나와 니베나라 저희는 니도 쭉 나와 시로 나봤네 달래 카자레 세네 견주자리 시로자 숙적송 저 되는데 카자 지금 신경 다 신신도 디셔야 다 쳐질 거고
चीन की नेतृत्व अपने राजनीति के कुछ कारणों से दलाई लामा जी को स्वायत्तता की मांग करते हुए भी उसको स्वायत्तता नहीं मानते हैं। 2002 से हमारा वार्तालाप पुनः प्रारंभ हुआ, उसके बाद 8 बार उनके साथ वार्तालाप हुआ है। 5वीं बार जब वार्तालाप हुआ था तो उन लोगों ने ये माना कि अब हमको समझ में आता है कि दलाई लामा जी सेपरेट या स्वाधीनता की मांग नहीं कर रही हैं, लेकिन उसकी तत्काल 2-3 महीने के बाद दोबारा उनके सारे प्रचार के माध्यम से दलाई लामा जी एक छिपे हुए स्वाधीनता की प्रयास कर रहे हैं, इसका प्रचार करना शुरू किया। तो इसलिए ये बहुत साफ है कि उनकी राजनीति के कारणों से वो यथार्थता को स्वीकार नहीं कर रहे हैं।
Himanshu Chatterjee from West Bengal, Calcutta. Your Excellency, the people of the rich countries of the present world are only running after money, especially to supplying weapons, and not caring about the poor people. How this problem can be solved?
Of course, my own sort of view, whether correct or not, you have to investigate. That my view is, firstly, we are lacking respect of others' well-being. The people, each country their top priority is their own interest. Is not much taking care about the rest of the world. Now, because of that, now not only global level, but also within the national level, this gap, rich and poor. Even in India, some rich family, billionaire, very rich, but still poor people and street children, even in Delhi. We often used to seeing some children. It looks very poor condition. So that's lack of moral principle, lack of taking care of others' well-being. This is connection with a sense of compassion or moral ethics, number one. Number two, lack of holistic view. The today's world heavily interdependent, interconnected. Like Asian future depend on Arab or Europe. And Europe's future also depend on Asia, Arab, like that. And also Latin America's future depend on North America. North America also is depend on rest of the world. That's today's reality. The global economy, no national boundary, everything beyond the national boundary, just one world. Then ecology problem, environment issue. There are also no national boundary. So we have to realize whole world is part of we, part of us. I have strong feeling now, very conscious of our mind, we and they. Now, according to today's reality, entire world is part of we. We must look whole world as one entity, one body. That I think is very, very important. Now, richer countries, they should look the poorer country or underdeveloped or developing country as a part of themselves. So they must develop equally. And rich and poor must reduce. Because all are same, all are member of same human family. So these two things, then I think world becoming, I think, more peaceful. One reason, because of economy gap and poorer section of people or poorer section of nation, sometimes more frustration. Frustration transforms anger. Anger transforms violence. So that's my own view. Two things: lack of moral principle and lack of holistic view.
Your Holiness, I have a question. My name is Parmanand Pandey. I am from Delhi. Your Holiness, do you think that President Obama succumbed to the pressure of China, that he could not find even time to meet you?
Now, actually, during his election, he telephoned me. I think last year, one occasion I was in America, he telephoned me and he expressed his concern about Tibet. Then last year's 10th March crisis happened inside Tibet. I wrote to him, I appealed to him as some other leaders whom I know. His response is very good. So I'm quite sure he very much sort of committed to do something for Tibet issue. So therefore, when the indication come, their administration a little hesitant my meeting before his visit to China. Then I felt, oh, now better to better sort of say such sort of situation without meeting me, then he can tell Chinese leaders more effectively, more forcefully. Actually, at that time, CNN, you see, my sort of short interview with CNN, and then they asked me, the Obama, you say, why is Obama is not, whether I feel, you see, disappointment, things like that. Then I told no, because, you see, President Obama himself, you see, very much want to do something for Tibet. It is sure. So he want to carry more serious engagement about Tibet. So if he, before his visit to China, meet me, then Chinese government have to take some kind of punitive action to him. Like Chinese take some punitive action to French president and also German chancellor, like that. So if they take that kind of sort of action, it also is very difficult to Chinese president. Their relation with the US is something important. Then meantime take some punitive action as a result of meeting Dalai Lama. So therefore, his sympathy was there. His genuine desire to do something for Tibet is there, sure. Therefore, I did not insist my meeting. So then they indicated soon after their visit, so they're ready to meet me, like that. So I'm now looking forward to see him perhaps beginning of next year, early next year. So like that.
So we are from Lord Buddha's and Lord Mahavir's places, Bihar.
Oh yes, sir.
Proud of your
and very sacred state, but at the same time very poor.
Yeah.
Poorest state.
Yeah. We are very proud to come here, Lord Devbhumi. So one thing, Bihar government of Bihar, CM, is going to renovate our oldest historical international university, Nalanda.
Oh yes.
So are you, your government, Tibet government, is going to having any program to establish Tibetan study center or some research center or any community center there at Nalanda region?
As I think former president Abdul Kalam, I think involved. No? So once you see one meeting in Delhi, you see he mentioned that, and then we very much happy, very much sort of encouraged, because I think actually we are not sort of physically not involved, but real sort of lineage of Nalanda tradition. I think we only Tibetan kept alive, no one else. So old, you see, painting, you see these paintings, of course beside Buddha, then rest 17 the masters, all come from Nalanda. Like Nagarjuna, Aryadeva, and Buddha Palita, and Ajaya, Babavik, and Chandrakirti, like that, and Arya Asanga, and Basuband, and then Digna, Dharmakirti, and Chandarakshita, and Kamalashila. All these are Nalanda master. So we not just give these things as for object of offering, but we study text wrote by these masters. I myself, a very poor student of Buddhist philosophy. I'm very lazy Since when I started my learning, I think him also is the same. At very young age, you see, we start learning at early age. You see, we study learning by heart, root text wrote by these Pandits. So when I start learning, I'm rather lazy. So my student always keep whip to show me. So some extent, out of fear, I carry this study. Not very voluntarily. Now I realize it's so much useful, those root texts which I learned out of fear. Now I realize, you see, really precious, really precious. So therefore, now in India, I think almost 10,000 monk students as well as some nuns now carrying study, teaching of these Nalanda master. So the real Nalanda tradition, I think we still keep very much alive. So in future, I think I'm quite sure when Nalanda institution about to complete, then they need teacher with sort of full of knowledge. Then I'm quite sure they will ask us to bring some teacher. That's quite sure. Only problem, you see, the Tibetan monastic institution now lacking study of the Sanskrit language or foreign language. So that another sort of institution, Sanat, they are also, you see, the subject to study Sanskrit and Hindi, English. So we are ready, and it is our moral responsibility to repay all knowledge which we learned from Nalanda tradition, from India, now to the 21st century. It is our moral responsibility. Whenever we have opportunity to bring back, is our moral responsibility. Good, thank you.
I think this next year, February, would you like to provide?
You what?
We are inviting you, sir, next year in February, if you have.
Power is quiet.
I think we are having All India conference in Nalanda, February 13, 14, 15. He is hosting us. 2,000 journalists from India and abroad will come there. He is hosting it.
Next year?
He wants February 13, 14, 15.
February
He wants you
13,
to
14.
address them. 2,000 from India and abroad.
Oh, 14, then Tibetan New Year.
13, 14, 15.
So that's difficult. That's sad. Very sad. Just New Year. Usually, you see, we have some sort of traditional, some spiritual functions like that. Certainly. Perhaps I think if you feel okay, then I will send some message.
Yes, please, you write it.
Yes, okay. Yes, thank you.
I am Hasib Siddiqui from UP Lucknow. Are you still hopeful that Hasib Siddiqui from UP Lucknow? Are you still hopeful that you will be able to achieve your goal through diplomatic channels and ahimsa? And in what time?
What time? Nobody know. I think on this 6 billion human being, I think nobody knows that. Yes, only God. But I think, you see, basically things are changing. Things are changing. Now today's China, they compare 30, 40 years ago or 20, 30 years ago, much changed. I think, you see, one example. These days I met number of Chinese scholars and professors from mainland China. when they meet us, seems not much fear. They express their critical view about their government policy, and they have courage meeting us. So often I ask them whether you have some problems if you meet us. Then they say no. So such things, I think 20 years ago, I think impossible. Now in mainland China, gradually more freedom, more courage, at least I think, more courage, criticize government policy among the intellectuals. So this is the indication, it's changing. Then since the 10th of March, last year's 2008 10th of March crisis happened. Since then we noticed about 800 articles in Chinese language written by Chinese. About 800. Many of writers from mainland China all express solidarity with us, with Tibet. This is the positive indication.
Last question.
For Your Excellency, what is my question is, my name is Parameswara. I am from Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh. My question is, it's very separate and a very hot topic in Andhra Pradesh. What is about Shambhavi matter in Andhra Pradesh? Shambhavi. Many human rights associations and media persons, intellectual persons are filed petition against Shambhavi AP Human Rights Council. The AP government also ordered inquiry this matter. Sir, what is your opinion in these consequences regarding this matter? Your Andhra Pradesh visit fixed or not?
Yes, I think almost now 2 years, I think, that young girl, she came here and we met. She came to see me and I met, and expressing her serious concern about Tibetan freedom and Tibetan spirituality. Since then, she came, I think, few times. And also she carries some puja regarding Tibetan freedom. So I appreciate. Then she invited me her own place. Amaravati. Surya Nandi. So I accepted. Meantime, I also noticed some newspaper, some noise about her there. So I asked my private office, ask directly to them. Now some, you see, little controversial things now happening. So I asked them to directly, because of that, keep contact with them. So I'm going there, but in the meantime, we should be more realistic. I don't like, you see, too much talk in sky. That's not good. We must be on earth. That's, of course, important.
So last question from Dharmshala Press Club. Last question from Dharmshala Press Club, please.
Last question, yes.
Last
Yeah.
please.
प्रणाम, मैं शशि भूषण पुरोहित, हिमाचल प्रदेश से।
Yes.
मेरा सवाल तिब्बत की आज़ादी को लेकर है, संघर्ष को लेकर है। एक पीढ़ी गुजर गई है लड़ते लड़ते। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर ये लड़ाई कहाँ है? क्या ये सपना अधूरा रह जाएगा?
He's replied already.
Oh, I think things will change. That definite. I think another reason. People's Republic of China which still is the rule of also the totalitarian system, without independent judiciary, without freedom, without media's freedom or free information. So that system on this planet outdated. So people from China, very important nation, in order to carry constructive rule on this planet, respect, trust from rest of the world is very essential. For that reason, China have to go along world trend, world going this way. No matter how China powerful, cannot go this way. We have to go along with world trend. That's democracy, freedom, rule of law, independent judiciary, and freedom of news is very important. So therefore, things will change, definitely. How soon, as I mentioned earlier, nobody knows.
मित्रों बहुत कम समय है. His Holiness has to go also.